In preparation for roasting, I'm going to season the meat with a little salt and black pepper just prior to cooking. There are various schools of thought on when the salt should be added. I've always been of the mind that it should be done just prior to cooking. Not too early, as it does draw out some of the blood, which of course with venison is essential to keep in the meat because it is its life's blood, because it's so low in fat. Once we've seasoned it, we're just going to moisten it with a little oil. Very important with venison because there is no intramuscular fat. The meat needs something to keep it moist. So you need a little bit of oil just on the outside to keep it moist while you're cooking it, because there's no fat to render out when it's being seared. So just make sure it's well coated. I'm going to cook a small roast piece, a larger roast in this little rack as well. The essential thing to remember when cooking venison is to have the cooking surface hot. We need it to sear the meat, to seal in the juices, and to caramelise the natural blood sugars to give us a good flavour combination and a good colour. So put it into a hot pan or on a hot stove top, barbecue or a flat top grill. Just keep turning the meat so that each part of it is sealed. You see it's getting a nice colour. You want that nice rich chocolatey brown colour. Don't overcook it too long on one side, it tends to dry the meat out. You want a nice even coloration over all the meat. Small piece is almost ready. Just make sure the ends also get a little searing to seal them. And pop that on a tray with a rack on it so the meat is not actually sitting in the oil or sitting directly on the heat, so the heat can radiate right around the whole piece. So then the meat is now ready to go into the oven. Two schools of thought on cooking in the oven. You can cook it long and slow at a very low temperature, something around about 110, 120 degrees, which doesn't toughen the protein or tighten the protein up too much. But alternatively, you can also cook it quickly in a hot oven and then keep it nicely underdone, bring it out of the oven and pop it in a warm place just to rest, to allow the tension to dissipate. Cover those bones that we've carefully cleaned with a little tin foil, aluminium foil, to ensure they don't burn and spoil their presentation value during cooking. It is now ready to go into a moderate oven. Once the venison has reached its required doneness, remove it from the hot oven, place it in a warm part of the kitchen to stand above the stove or in a warming drawer. This allows the meat to rest, to allow the tension built up during that cooking process to dissipate. It allows the even distribution of the juices within the meat and allows an even distribution of heat throughout the whole piece as well.